What's up, Beer League hockey fans and fellow dumpers? Welcome to another Dump and Skate podcast. I'm the head broken and decrepit bender, ball buster, Jeremy. If any women are into feederism, I'm your person and soulmate, Abdu. With me, as always, the man that makes this podcast possible, lead producer, the guy with a face for podcasting, and the before picture of Cooch. Very skinny, for those of you that hasn't seen the before pictures of Cooch. Jeremy, I'm going to tell Abdu I'm frustrated with the weight that I'm stuck at, but tell him 20 minutes later that I've been having Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast, Holland. All right, while he gets his breath back, welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Gosh. Wait.
Do you want me to explain what feederism is really quick while you get your breath back?
No, we're good.
So feederism
We're
it's
good.
women.
We're good.
It's women that are into feeding people and making them fat and just buying meals and take them out. If you happen to watch Catfish, the last episode, that's how I found out what feederism is. So if anyone wants to feed me, I'm your guy.
I think my wife must have been a feederism, whatever. When we first got married, she used to cook like she was feeding like 7 houses, and it was just me and her and like our 2-year-old. I was like,
apparently that's a real thing. Like there's guys that feed women and just DoorDash them food so they get fat. So
if I'm big enough, I can't leave the house, I guess, anymore. Holy crap. All right. Well, I don't even remember my intro
Dunkin' Donuts.
at this point.
Dunkin' Donuts, take it from here.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, and flavors, welcome in to the Dump and Eat podcast. We are your hosts, and we're happy to have you here. Good grief, that was ridiculous. So how's your week been, man? Did you get enough sleep?
You son of a gun. The podcast was supposed to start around 15 minutes ago, but we're on Holland time or Central time. He says, yeah, we'll do it at 7 o'clock. But just to rewind, yesterday on the Sunday.
Wait, what time is your watch say? Mine says 7:15.
Oh, it must be Central time. But Sunday, I woke up. Did you wake up? Did you officially ever wake up Sunday? I'm an early bird. I usually, sleeping in for me is 7 o'clock. But yesterday I got up at 10, fell back asleep around 11:15. Then I get a stupid phone call from somebody.
To be fair, you sent me a text when you woke up. You text me something, and then you fell back to sleep. It's not my.
So then it was 2:45, and I get a call from you. I don't answer it. Call back maybe a half an hour later. Didn't make it to the party. Thanks for the invite. Sorry, but I definitely want the leftovers. Then I get a call, maybe a text around 5:30, and you're like, "Are you still sleeping?" And I said, "Well, literally, I just took a shower and I woke up 20 minutes ago." Watched a little bit of the hockey game, and what screws me over with the hockey games is that 15 minutes in between periods, because I fall asleep. So I made it to the second period, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I went right back to sleep. But for the record, I did get up early. I got up at 5:30 this morning on a Monday.
Thank God.
So
you slept for 24 hours. I'm glad you got up at 5:30 this morning.
I don't know how I'm going to survive Nashville. I don't know how.
Is this like a I don't know, a lack of sleep hangover from Jacksonville? Because that was a week ago. That was a really long time to wait to recover from it.
When you're 48 years old, we'll replay this podcast, and then we'll see where you're at.
See if I'm taking all day unintentional naps on Sunday.
I don't even drink, people. I don't even drink, and I'm like, but
maybe it was a Doritos coma.
I haven't had Doritos. Maybe it's Doritos withdrawal.
Lack of Doritos. Yeah.
I got to shake some people's sleep,
I'm stupid. Oh man, our week's been pretty good. We did a graduation party that you were supposed to come to, but you slept through, but that's all right. And did graduation party on Sunday, washed cars on Saturday with the kids at church, grilled hamburgers, hot dogs, storm and all. But yeah, it was pretty busy, and need an 18-hour nap to get through it. So I feel pretty accomplished. It's pretty good. So, and here we
You're
are
just
on the pod
jealous. You're
today.
just jealous. You don't have the option to do
Dude,
that.
if I took an all-day nap, I'd have to be sick. I would feel like something was wrong. Like I would feel so bad the next day.
Well,
If
you
I
did
slept
ask me.
like that long.
You did ask me if I was sick, and
Well, it's because you got this, black lung that you can't get rid of. You've been coughing for what feels like 6.5 months now.
I don't like the term black lung. I just like to
No?
say it's a cough. No, it just sounds racist. But if you listen
It
to
sounds
recording,
racist to call it the black lung.
yeah, why's it got to be black? I don't
'Cause
smoke.
it's a reference to the color of the lung from breathing coal. Like it's not.
I don't. Well, but I don't breathe coal.
I'm just saying,
Like,
you're coughing like you have
we're getting flagged.
the plague. I'm not the one doing it. Oh man. So gosh, that was a ridiculous intro. I'm still recovering from
I liked it. I liked it. I have so many. And a lot of people like just say they tune in just for that. Although
that's why the viewership's only about 6 minutes. They get to this part, they're like, we're done.
seriously, people, start doing likes, shares, subscribes. I don't know. We're slowly increasing in our fan base. So social media, please start doing the likes. Shares would help us out a lot, and just get the word out there. And we appreciate all of you so far. We've been doing this for about a month and a half now, and we're slowly getting up there. And we thank all of you. So
yeah, our social media team just figured out how to do some more wide-reaching hashtags. So we're working hard on increasing our social media footprint.
we're learning. We're learning as we go.
Oh, we're so old. Stupid.
If anyone wants to do a TikTok for us, you're more than welcome to. I'm not doing a TikTok.
Us, but we don't want to manage it.
No way.
We need a TikTok manager.
I'll tell you what. If you do, we'll give you a free. We'll put you on the podcast.
Oh gosh. We're gonna have some 12-year-old kid that's parents listen to this. They're like, Mom, I can do that for them. Oh gosh, now you're gonna have to look what you've opened. Look what can of worms you've opened, Abdu. Sure, we'll have your 12-year-old son on this podcast. That sounds like a great idea. No. Oh man, yeah. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do like, subscribe to all the different formats: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all of that. We really appreciate everybody that's done that to this point. But please keep sharing it with your friends, and help us get a little wider audience here. We have a good time, and we think you guys enjoy it too. So, all right. Well, that was a very long, full of laughs intro. Today, you and I were talking. We were down in Jacksonville, and we kind of just were. I don't know if we were really talking about podcast topics, but we had a couple of locker room experiences that were, a little traumatizing. They were a little traumatizing. And so
some that stunk really bad.
We contemplated doing an entire poop podcast, but I feel like we would like that probably wouldn't go very well. So we're not doing a poop podcast, but we are doing we wanted to talk about do's and don'ts in the beer league locker room. And so since we've already brought up the poop, I feel like we can just very quickly get through it and move on. Like,
we can refresh everyone.
Don't poo in the locker room. Okay. Like now, all right, there is a caveat to this, and we did talk about this. There's a caveat. So if you're in a traditional locker room, an actual locker room that has like a single stall somewhere in there, with it, like, don't poo in that bathroom. Like, just don't poo. You can go pee in there, but like go back to the main bathroom or wherever in your facility. Like, go poo there if you got to.
Basically, right? If you have a steamer within reach of any of the players, don't do it because no one wants to smell it. Now, if you have like a bathroom that's on the other side of the locker room,
so our locker rooms in Savannah, we have there are 4 total locker rooms. It's an old arena basically, so it's not really set up as a full blown hockey facility basically. So there are 2 dressing room style locker rooms. They're really more like a like hair and makeup style dressing room. So they have a mirror with like the lights and all. And it's a 2-sided room. So there's 10 people on one side, 10 people on the other. And those have a bathroom in there. And so you and I both agreed, like, don't poo in that bathroom. Like, just don't. Everything's really tight quarters. If you poo and open the door, like it's knocking out 10 of your buddies immediately. And so, but the other locker room we have is legit a giant bathroom with urinals and stalls on one side, along with showers, a big block wall, and on the other side is where they've just lined a bunch of chairs around the wall so that everybody can get dressed in there. So for us, we said like it's okay to poo in that one because your only other option is to walk all the way back up to the front of the facility, which is literally these locker rooms are in the back side of the facility, and the only other bathrooms that you have that you can use are all the way on the front side of the facility.
That's what Brendan should have used because we still would have smelled it, and no matter what locker room we were in. Like
he should have walked outside. He should have gone across the street.
It was
the bathroom
so
across the street.
He's
in Jacksonville. There was the church that was right out the front doors.
His
to the right
duty.
There. He should have gone in the church.
His duty is the reason why there's like holes in the ozone layer. That he really screwed up the ozone. It's not because people are using.
We were probably going to win that. We were probably going to win that last game too, and that funk got stuck in all of our clothing, and we just played like.
We played as bad as it smelled.
Yeah, jeez.
But all seasons, most of the rinks in Chicago, there is no bathroom inside the locker rooms.
Good.
There's a shower. But there's no bathroom. Just for that reason. I mean, I just thank God. No, you know,
you can always use the shower and waffle stomp it down.
So with the do's and don'ts to the locker room, there's some things that stay in the locker room, and there's some things that
don't waffle
you don't. There's some things, there's some things you just don't talk about.
Waffle stomp in the shower.
You don't spread cheek and drop it like it's hot in the shower. You just don't do that because
no duties in the locker room. Period.
No duties in the locker room. No duties in the locker room shower. Don't take slap shots.
What
against
about
the wall.
Okay? So here's a good one. I just thought about this. What about pee? And you didn't even know that. What about guys who go stand in the shower and pee in the shower?
That's weird. That's so if you guys listen, it's gonna be uploaded soon about the Ponton podcast. Yeah, was wondering like why some people shower in the showers and some don't. I said I don't because I split my head open. Another thing is that's exactly why, because showers are gross and you never know if people are cleaning the showers or not. But I don't need any kind of athlete's foot or athlete's pee foot. You know, and I understand you can do slides, but still, there's that's just gross. Like I don't pee in the shower. I don't. That's what makes it smell like a zoo. That's what makes it smell like a zoo. Like a bunch of you guys are a bunch of animals, a bunch of freaking animals.
It's not just stinky hockey equipment.
No,
it's the pee in the shower.
The pee, like. Are you guys not housebroken or have any bathroom etiquette where you have to crap in the locker room right next to somebody and then pee in the shower? Like,
do you pee in the shower at your house?
No, I do not.
You don't at all?
Swear, hand to God, no, I do not.
Oh man,
I do. Well, we found out one person does that's on this podcast.
I pee in my own shower. I don't care.
I do not.
What do you do? Like stop, jump out of the shower, soaking wet?
See, I'm an adult. I know when I have to pee. Usually I go before I go into the shower, and then I go take a shower. Like I'm not like a 2-year-old. Like, do you have to go to the bathroom? No. Do you have to go to the bathroom? No. And then I go in the shower. Oh, no, I have to go to the bathroom. Like I'm a grown man where I know when I have to go to the bathroom when I don't. So I usually go before. I don't know why anybody needs to know this stuff. So I usually go beforehand. It's just what, I just.
Oh gosh.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. This podcast is over with. 15-minute podcast.
Oh, stupid. Oh man.
So you pee in the shower, huh?
I mean my own. I don't pee in the locker room showers because of what you said. I feel kind of bad about like peeing on the floor and then like
I feel bad marking my territory like my other dogs.
Yeah, no, I pee on the floor outside of the shower. That's how I mark the territory.
Do you write your name? Do you write Jeremy was here?
Cross this line, boys.
Do you just do number 15?
It's a line of demarcation. Nobody's allowed to cross
and that's exactly why, because locker rooms are gross enough as it is. I fell down, split my head open, and here I am laying butt naked in the shower. Hence, where Holland peed in the shower. He's probably peeing on me while I split my head open laying in the bathroom. So
podcast is taking a severe turn.
So basically, one of the don'ts is don't pee in the locker room shower.
Don't pee in the locker room shower either.
No.
Apparently,
And here's the other don't shower next to Holland. Just
just don't use the shower that I've used.
no.
Oh, okay, that brings
Corey,
us to
I'll
shower
tell you
etiquette.
what. If you see Holland go in the shower, run. Run.
Corey's going to be terrified. Okay, so locker room shower etiquette. We've already covered that a little bit there with don't pee in the shower, but we talked. What was it we were talking about too? I remember I had a buddy that's from New York, and actually we have another friend that's traveling to Nashville with us that is from Michigan, Detroit area, maybe. I can't remember exactly where he's from. But both of these guys are the only two guys I've met really ever playing hockey that acted this way. That I think it's super weird. You kind of agreed and thought it was an odd one. But they thought we were really weird for thinking it was odd. So basically what they do is if they were taking a shower, so I wish I had like a picture of it here, but like our shower setup in Savannah is a series of like 6 stalls with little curtains. And so you can just go in, close your curtains and shower, and nobody's, standing there staring at you. And if there's a couple guys waiting, it's no big deal. Everybody gets in and out pretty quickly. And so the setup in Jacksonville was one big stall with 2 shower heads. And so 2 guys can go in there and shower at the same time, but there's no curtains or nothing. You're just standing next to your buddy. And so, so pick your buddy carefully. But shout out Corey. Anyways, so okay. one of the guys from New York said basically what he would always do. He played on my A-League team, and what he would do is he would hop in the shower. He'd get wet from the shower and then hop out of the shower and stand outside of the shower and like lather up right out there in front of everybody. And I watched it several times. And I was always like, what is he doing? Like, why does he do that? That's super weird. So finally I asked him, I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, why are you lathering up out here? He's like, oh man, he's like, you get out of the way so the next guy can get in the shower. And I was like, there's nobody waiting to get in the shower. It's just you. He's like, well, how are you supposed to lather up with the water pouring all over you? It's such a little tiny stall. And I'm like, you like turn your back to the water and lather the front of you, and then like turn and face the water and lather your back. Like, why is that difficult? Like, what's so? And so he thought we were nuts for staying in the shower and lathering up. We all thought he was crazy for getting wet and jumping out and lathering up and then hopping back in the shower. So it's
for the females that are listening to this, they're going to think that boys are just a bunch of maniacs.
Bunch of weirdos.
They're going to be talking to their husbands. Do you guys really do that?
Does this what really happens?
There's for the record, there's no towel whipping or, I don't know, there might be a Holland shower, but
no, I don't think anybody does it. We're too old to do that and try to run. Like, that's when you slip and fall and bust your head open and get hurt. Or like while you're peeing in the shower, you fall over in your own pee because somebody whips you with a towel.
Can we just move on from showers? I'm actually a little uncomfortable with this. Seriously, like I feel like
this is great.
I feel like my female friends that listen are going to be like, driving, listening with their husbands. Do you really do that? Do boys really do that?
We're getting. Is this the talk that isn't supposed to leave the locker room that's going to get a lot of husbands in trouble?
Yeah, I think this is like, I did say, like, I did want to reiterate this. There are things that happen in the locker room that stay in the locker room. Nothing like bad.
Nothing bad. Yeah, no, but
just guy stuff.
Again, I didn't want to use any guys' names that shower that way for that specific reason. I'm not trying to out those guys. Again, it's weird and funny to me. I laugh about it that they shower that way. They think it's completely normal and like defend it like to the death.
Like, we're getting a fan base going to Nashville now, and we're going to just get a big crowd, and they're going to be like, I bet you he showers like that. I bet you he showers like that. He doesn't. He does. So now we got fans coming just to try to pick out.
Just to guess who showers out.
Yeah.
We'll get T-shirts made that say, I lather up outside of the shower. I lather up in the water. All right, so we'll move off the shower talk. We'll move to your favorite topic in the locker room. That is locker room music. I'm not a giant music guy, but I don't mind. I remember when I first met you, you were the music guy at the tourney we were playing in, the draft style tournament. And I remember thinking, like, dude, this guy apparently really loves music because I don't listen to music like that at all. And I didn't have a problem with it, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I was just getting dressed and going about my way. So I don't have issues with guys who play locker room music. I will say, like, you better have the right DJ.
Well, like I've said, there's really two important positions on the hockey team: the goalie and the team DJ. And I'm not a goalie, so I just figured I got to bring something before I get switched to another team and get booted. So I just brought the music. And at that tournament, a lot of guys were like, "Hey, I'm glad you brought music." A lot of
Yeah, I think the tournament song selection wasn't bad, if I can remember correctly.
it's
But
the
I don't
same
know.
playlist that we do now.
I called in
Uh,
some questions, some of the things you've played.
all
They're very. I know
the
you tried to
David Guetta
defend it.
song.
I know
Me
you
and
tried to
Mandy,
defend it. I know you tried to defend it. You were like, Mandy loves it. Mandy's Andrew's
Mandy,
sister. He was like, she loves it. We go to work. And I think you sent me a video like of you
yeah,
playing it at the gym,
hmm
working out. And I was like, sweet. Now it's just weird in a different setting. Like I don't know why that didn't make it any cooler or normal for me. So
it's Mandy verified.
thanks for that.
It's Mandy verified.
I know Mandy
Um,
listens, so this is going to be tough for Mandy. This is right on the cusp of where she has to cut it off. So this is the last thing she hears. This might be kind of funny, but Mandy's judgment is questionable at times. So that doesn't mean anything
why
that
do you
you
say
say,
that?
well, she's what?
Why do you say that?
There's been other questionable things that she's been like, yeah, no, I think that's great. And I've told you, no, that doesn't. You said, well, it works because Mandy agrees with it. And I've said, that's not how that works. That like
It
not
does.
even a little bit. No, that'd be like me
Brendan
saying
in
Peter
Jacksonville, Brendan was
Power's
like, if
totally
I don't hear
fine
a
because
good,
I agree with it.
Brendan was like, if I don't hear a guitar soon, I'm gonna go
Oh
nuts.
gosh.
So I had to play some ACDC. He's more of a classic rock guy. Spoonbills. They bring their radio in the locker room,
And then
and excuse me, and on the bench for warm ups. But they're like classic rock and stuff. I play. I
so the
don't know.
music on I know this is a locker room do's and don'ts, but the music on the ice is
Weird to me.
weird to me. Yeah. Like I
Yeah,
get it if you're we talked with your nephew plays for Alabama and they have pregame
that's
warm up music.
different.
That's way different because it's playing through
That's
a
way
PA
different.
system. Yeah, they're
Yes,
playing through a PA system. I get that 100%. Those are really good.
and it's for
But
the
like
fans too. It's
100%.
for we don't
In
have many
those
fans.
yes. I don't know. You boys in the C League have more than the A League do. Their A League is really
That's true.
slim pickings. And so, but the one of the roller guys, I think it's Byram, does it too. Byram has a radio, a speaker that they usually bring out, and I laugh. I mean, again, personally, it's not my speed, and if they want to do that, that's fine. I'm not
hmm
gonna tell them they can't do it, but I kind of laugh, not at them, but I laugh about it. And I just shake my head. Matter of fact, the Spoonbills guys, their radio started playing on the bench during the playoffs. Do you remember that? We were sitting up
Yeah.
watching the game, and I was like, I think their radio is on. We kept hearing music playing, and it wasn't coming through the
No.
arena's PA system. And come to find out, I saw one of them finally reach over and kick the thing and shut it off. So apparently, it just kept playing on their bench. That would be so annoying. So I'm sorry, we've drifted out of the locker room here, but yeah.
Yeah. My music thing started. I don't know, since I was a peewee. My dad would always like, yeah, wear your headphones, get pumped up. So we would have like a 50-minute drive to the rink, and ever since then, music has been part of my hockey routine. So I've always been a music guy since peewees.
Yeah.
Um, and let's see, Rob Cooch. It wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't name Cooch. So
You named him
Cooch,
in the intro for crying out loud.
oh, I did. You're right.
You
So
did.
Cooch,
We're
I
just
played.
going to
I
rename
played.
this to the Dump and Skate Cooch podcast.
Well, I played in a game before ours, and I saw Cooch trying to hook his phone up to my Bluetooth speaker just because like I need music, I need some music, and I walked right in right after the game. I was like, I got you, Rob. So yeah, I don't know. It's too silent in there. I don't know. Silence in the locker room is weird. I understand people want to talk and stuff, but music loosens you up, kind of gets you in the mood and what not. It's not like I'm
I
playing Barry Manilow or anything like that, unless that's what
some Kenny
Brendan
G.
thinks I was playing. Yeah.
Some Kenny G
If
in
I don't
there.
hear a guitar soon, I'm gonna go nuts. So then I started playing.
Get this rap music off of here. You
So I
played Sweet
started
Home
playing.
Alabama, didn't you?
I started
What did you
playing. My first song was "Stairway to Heaven."
There you go.
That was the first song that your brother caught on. So
Gosh. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. So like I said, I'm not. Our A League locker room does not have a music guy. I brought a speaker a few times, but nobody really nobody was like, yeah, keep it up. So I just kind of
Lindsay
said,
from the
the heck with
Griffins,
it.
she was like, Abdu, where's your radio? Where's your radio? So, I mean, maybe it's a C League thing. Maybe it's a C League thing. Maybe it's a
C League.
championship team thing.
So
Yeah.
there's a couple of C League. Well, no, because we won a championship and we don't listen to music.
Yeah.
There's a couple of
Was it
C
really a
League
win?
things.
Was that
So
really
there's
a
keep
win?
us. I mean, it went down in the books as a W. We carried the cup around, so win is a win is a win. We so there's a couple of unique things about C League then. So they like music and they don't like showers. So because it sounds like 90% of you guys in C League don't take showers, which is the grossest thing in the world to me. And then it sounds like 90% of the teams like to listen to music
But peeing
pregame.
in the shower isn't gross at all. Whatever.
I pee in my own personal shower at my house. Relax. I don't pee in the shower stalls at the rink. Calm down. You can ask Corey. Corey and I showered in Jacksonville. I did not pee in the shower stall in Jacksonville. Confirmed. Okay?
I'm sure Corey's going to be like, yeah, I was staring at his wiener, just making sure he wasn't peeing.
You can smell if somebody's peeing in the shower
Not all the
stall.
time.
You're
Not all the time.
standing
Not
in.
if you're hydrated and drinking enough water.
It's really warm water on my ankle all of a sudden.
Why does it smell like asparagus?
Gosh. Oh man. All right. Now we're gonna bring Cooch into this, probably in not the greatest light. Sorry, Cooch, we love you to death. So this one is, and this is picking a little bit on Cooch because we do, and I'll clarify here. So wives and kids in the locker room. So right out of the gate here, I'll say Rob's wife Hannah and their girls used to always come in the locker room. I think they like seeing their dad right after the games and stuff like that. And none of you guys in your locker room really strip down to your, bare butts. I think if one or two guys do. But I think Hannah, and I'm not in the locker room a lot, but I think Hannah usually pokes her head in before she comes in. I don't think she did it a lot this second season. I think she did some. I think the girls typically stayed out of there a little bit more. But yeah, Hannah would usually poke her head around and be like, hey, I'm going to come in. Is everybody good or whatever? And everybody would holler around and things.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you would know that better than I do because you're in that locker room. And as we stated before, there are no fans that come to A-League, so we don't have to worry about wives and kids coming to the locker rooms.
So I get it. Like wives and kids want to come into the locker room. In Chicago, that happens, but it's always after a game, and someone will be like, "Hey, do you mind if we come in?" Down here, with some family and people, it's just a free for all. Just come and go and everything like that. Hannah's family, or Cooch's family, they're pretty respectful of. They're like, she does peek around and say, "Hey, is it okay if we come in?"
Yeah.
Or she'll be like, "Oh my God, you guys smell so bad. I don't even want to come in." So
yeah,
Now just having a kid come in and out as he comes and goes, that's, again, you got grown men completely naked. And I'm not a fan of that.
Even if they look like a Ken doll.
Doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter what they look like.
Ken can still catch a charge, huh? Is that what you're saying?
100%. And that's the thing. It's gotta. I just thought.
So here's where I would draw the line. Like, I don't have a problem with wives and kids, moms, girlfriends, whatever, whomever has come to watch you play. Like, I don't mind if they come in the locker room post game, but even in beer league, like, I don't need you in the locker room necessarily pregame. Like, I understand that this is beer league; it is for fun, but almost before every game, like, part of what we're doing with music and stuff is trying to get your head in the right space to go play hockey. I don't need a kid standing there staring at me while I get dressed. I don't need a wife sitting there chatting with her husband. I know someone that stares
at me, just stares at me, dagger stares at me as I get dressed.
We see you, Jeff Long. We see you, Jeff Long, staring at Abdu.
You pervert.
You pervert.
You naughty boy. But again, there's a reason why, like, if you do a meet and greet in an NHL game, they don't just do it as the players are getting completely naked. They wait till the reporters are done and everyone's clothed. That was
Yeah.
a big thing in locker rooms with the reporters. Like some guys didn't want female reporters in there, so wait till everyone's getting showered, then you can. I just think it's just that. I mean, yeah, we're adults and one wiener looks all the same, but you don't want, it's just that's a level. Yeah, you just kids don't need to be in there looking at like
No,
grown
I think if
men's
kids want to come in, it's okay if they come in post
after
game,
the
but
game. Yeah,
it's got to be again, in the world we live in today, like there's a lot of places that be like, no, absolutely not, no kids in locker rooms whatsoever. Like you
no,
can't
and
have
again,
adults and
Cooch's
children in
family,
there.
they're really respectful of it. They're really
No, and
respectful of
that's I preface that, Hannah and the girls are the ones that I know the most
Yeah,
of because we're close with Cooch, because I'm close with you, because my brother plays on that team and all. My brother's kids have come over and have been, I think, in the locker room before. But my brother and I think the same way, and I think he's told his kids like, "Hey, yeah, just don't come in the locker room." Like
right.
it's a I don't want my kids to see something they don't need to see, but also like I don't want the guys in the locker room feeling like they need to cover up or anything like that. And that's why I said I think the way Hannah and the girls and Rob have do it is way, way, way different. It's very respectful. It's very much like what
Yes.
you're describing,
Hmm.
making sure that everybody's clear and
They're
cool with somebody coming
respectful
in
of the Me
100%.
Too movement for the Savannah hockey for sure. You know,
I don't even know what that means, but all right. So yeah, so I would, as far as I would say, like no wives, no kids, pregame, postgame, that's
and
fine
yeah,
as long
and
as
Cooch
they're
is like, yeah, he can't come in. He's flat out told his kids, you can't come in right now.
yeah.
He said that to other people in the locker rooms, like, get out. One of my favorite locker room moments. He's like, get out. You're not allowed in here right now. Apparently, the person that I was talking to didn't listen because it still happens. And
Doesn't have ears. That person doesn't have ears apparently.
no,
So speaking of locker rooms and wives and kids, and one of the big concerns there is being nudity. This is the big thing that I think my brother brought up as we were talking about some of this is how much nudity is too much nudity in the men's locker room. Now, let's get something out of the way right out of the gate. So we are a co-ed league, right? So we do have some women that play in our league. Some of them choose to get dressed in their own separate locker room. We have a women's locker room they can get dressed in, but some of them choose to get dressed with their team. And as far as I know, all the teams that have a girl on their team that she chooses to dress with that team and they're in one, community locker room, all those guys are very respectful of that. They either step around the corner or try to step away if they do strip
or they use
down.
a towel. Yeah.
Yeah, they wrap a towel or whatever, and those women are comfortable with that. They have told the guys, hey, don't break up your routine. For me, I want to be a part of the team. Basically, they're not in there to do anything inappropriate. These that's not in anything, any way, shape, or form what's going on. I've also played in beer league tournaments with, I don't think the one you and I played with, I don't think our girl dressed in our locker room. She dressed in
No.
the girls' locker room.
Yeah, and then she would walk over, and she
Yeah,
was very respectful too. Mind if I come in? Mind if I hang
Yep.
out?
Yep. So, but we did have the other one I played in, the Headbangers Brawl. We did have a girl on our team that did dress literally right across from me every single time. And I stripped completely down. So I was having to be really careful, like stripping, putting a towel on.
Mm.
She did the same thing. She actually strips all the way down, but she would always go into the, like into a bathroom stall, into a shower stall or whatever, change whatever she needed to change into and step back out, and whatever her, I don't even remember what it was, but whatever she was wearing underneath her gear, she would step back out in that and then proceed to get dressed from there. So that sort of thing does happen. So I'm not really talking about that. What we're talking about is if you're in a locker room full of nothing but dudes and 75-year-old Max is sitting over in the corner with his
Right.
junk hanging down to the floor.
This isn't like a executive country club gym where
Like
men are just walking around with their units out and talking to each other, or one foot on the floor and one foot on the bench, and the guy's leaning over talking to you. I mean, I've been in gym locker rooms where dudes do that, and that's just weird to me too. Like, dude, come on, you, buddy.
where you're sitting in the chair and he comes over and props his foot up next to you and he's got his giblets dangling in your face while he's talking
Yes,
to
it's
you.
like, calm down. Okay, we all get it. You're not circumcised. I don't want to. I don't want this close of a look to know that. Like, leave me alone.
Oh,
Leave me
man.
alone.
Chris said they played in a tournament in was it Charlotte they went to? I forget
It
where they
was
went
North
to.
Carolina. Yeah.
Somewhere in North Carolina. But he traveled with a couple of guys that were local here, and then they went and skated with a couple of guys that they had played in the BLPA with. They had invited him up to come play in a tournament. And Chris said there were two guys on the team that he didn't know. And he said every game, post game, they'd strip down completely naked and then just sit completely spread eagle, naked as a jaybird in their chairs for a good 10, 15 minutes, just hanging out in the locker room. And Christopher's always like, boys, look, like, I don't want to, like, just throw a towel over your lap or something. What are you doing here? Like, you just airing everything
like
out.
I feel like me and Rossi should have been part of that team. We would have felt right on.
What's up, guys?
Rossi, let's get a team together.
So, guess how I'm getting undressed when we go to Nashville?
Here, sit on my lap here. Go ahead and sit down.
Guess how I'm getting undressed when we go to Nashville? I'm going to throw all my clothes on the floor and just sit there with my legs spread wide open for about.
Can I tell my foam roller story?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So
this is definitely a don't, right? This is a don't.
So part of the being whole naked in the locker room, back in Chicago, there's a guy. He was really good player. I mean, he was real good. I think he was like trying out for AHL, but he was playing in the summer league. Just again, one of those guys that thought it was like the locker room was a nudist colony, and or a nudist beach. He was just walking around all naked. Then he lays down on the ground and starts doing stretches, and then he got a foam roller out, and I'm like, bud, put some shorts on. You don't want to foam roll over your unit, buddy. You're going to squish that. And he was like doing his glutes. He was doing his quads, laying on his side, and the thing's just flopping around like Mr. Snuffleupagus. And look, guys, I don't want you to be uncomfortable when you see him in the locker room. I don't go around staring at guys. I don't stare at guys' units, but it was hard not to see Mr. Snuffleupagus like as he's doing a foam roll. It was really weird. I even bumped one of my friends. I go, dude, either I'm getting pranked or do you see what I'm seeing? And the guy was, I was waiting for him. I was like, why don't you go outside and like give everybody a show? Yeah, he was foam rolling, completely butt naked, no shorts, anything. And
that's what butt naked usually means. There's no clothes, thanks.
Just completely happy. He was full.
No, he was wearing shorts, but he cut the front of them out, so his junk going out.
Advertising, Well, this is before OnlyFans, so I don't even know what the heck he was doing. But yeah, and then he just walks around. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't start doing jumping jacks. But like again, I don't need you can't have like your kids come or someone's kids come in for that kind of stuff.
I wonder how that guy feels about wives and kids.
Could you imagine? Hannah and the kids come in and there's a guy butt naked, and then Cooch is just like, I don't know, Hannah. He's one of the best players. We just let him do it. He's allowed to get away with it. He's such a good player.
We don't tell him what to do. Yeah. Gosh. Oh man. Yeah, don't.
That's a don't. If you're gonna foam roll in the locker room, at least wear like a snowsuit. Just cover up.
I think a good. I don't know. I don't want to rattle off names. I'm trying to think about when we were in Jacksonville. I stripped down because I wear like long underwear.
Yeah.
Bottom, so I have to strip completely down. You wear a pair of gym shorts underneath your jocks, so you don't strip down.
See, I used to be a knit guy down here because a lot of kids were coming in just for that reason. I think I told you that. Oh, dead serious.
Yeah. And so
I used to be a naked guy.
And so I'm trying to think, like when we were in Jack's, the shower, it was a big like square shaped locker room, and the shower was all the way over in one corner. So you had to walk across, unless you sat right next to it, you had to walk basically in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody, went full nudist. I think everybody like threw a towel around them, walked to the shower, threw the towel over the bar, showered in there, and then dropped. Now I am I'll dry off out of the shower, but I don't stand there and completely dry off in front of the shower. I'll go back to where my gear bag is at, and I'll finish drying off there. So, but I try not to like bend over and flash everybody as best I can, trying off. But again, I get dressed then too. Like I don't sit there, but I'm not a like, hey, got to get dressed underneath the towel guy. Like I dry off, I drop the towel and I put my drawers on. and then
Yeah,
going
but
about
you
my
don't
business.
advertise your nudity either.
No, I don't. There's not a lot to advertise, so I try not to. Even if I did advertise, I don't think anybody would realize it. So,
That'd be
so
like
I'm,
false advertisement. Like, oh, hey,
Holland,
congratulations, you're one of those. You're in transition. You're like,
Holland, are you naked? I can't even tell. Yeah, thanks, guys. So, oh man, yeah. So I don't mind. Again, if anybody, I don't know that I would have an issue with guys sitting in their chairs naked. It'd be weird to me. I would try not to look in that
it would be
direction.
weird. How are they sitting? Are they sitting with their legs crossed? Or are they just
What
like
Chris said is it was like spread. It was like that. It was like spread eagle,
spread eagle?
junk hanging out. Like if you go to look at him to talk to him, like you're making eye contact with
The third
packages
eye with the third.
unintentionally. Yeah,
Like,
unintentionally.
hey, what's up, tripod?
And so, yeah, so it's super weird. I don't know why anybody would do that, but yeah, apparently
Well,
these
you
guys
know
did.
what?
So.
Maybe that's why your brother wanted to go play with them. It's like, hey,
I
you
don't
guys
know.
want to play? You want to play at a tournament?
You
Oh,
guys- you
is
guys-
so and so is
You
Billy
guys need an
Bob
extra
and this
player?
guy-
You guys need an extra player?
Is it the same guys that are getting naked? Yeah, it's the same team. Yeah, I'm down.
I'm in.
Sign me,
We
sign
didn't
me
even
up.
tell you where it was at yet. It doesn't matter. I'll be there. Oh man. So, do they need a roommate? I can stay with them too. Holy smokes!
No, we're sleeping in the lounge. Sign me.
What about the gear spread out guy? The guy that throws his gear all over the place
I'm a gear spread out guy, but I do it like within my
in front of
area.
your stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a guy that like you go to pick up your shinny and like you grabbed his. You're like, what are you doing?
Oh no. I'm not that guy. I'm
I
not
get
that
dressed
guy.
straight out of my bag for the most part, and my bag is like I pack my bag so I can get dressed out of my bag usually, because our locker rooms in Savannah are kind of tight. I did notice when we were playing in Jacksonville, all their locker rooms usually had like pegs over your head of some kind. So there were several guys that would pull certain pieces of equipment like helmets. A couple guys had skates they stuck up there and all. And so I started putting my gloves up there just because it's the last thing I put on. I would hook my helmet on them and all. But when we got into the last locker room, which was really nice, they had like it looked. Somebody joked and said it looked like a high school shop class had come in there and was like, "Oh, this is our summer project." And so they built like it was benches, but they just built like wooden stalls basically,
individual lockers.
Yeah, so you had like a spot to put like a bag if you brought your like book bag in there or whatever. And so I actually did unload my gear in that one and shove my bag up underneath my feet so that I could get dressed without feeling like I had to step back over my bag. And so, but I'm not a huge spread out guy. I think most of the guys on my A-League team all get dressed like right out of the bag. I had some guys I grew up playing with that were like spread out guys, and it was always because they were like digging for stuff. And it was like, I can't find my, like my right shin guard. So they're tossing things all over and like tossing, like a glove ends up 6 guys away, like in somebody else's bag. And then, so that guy's constantly searching for his things. And that was all, again, I don't know if it's really a do or don't, but it was more of like dude, like get your stuff together. Like, what are you doing? We're here to play hockey. Why are you yard sailing your bag?
Jameson, if you're listening, not all hockey players are just a bunch of dirtbags. We got a guy that doesn't know anything about hockey, but he just loves our podcast. So he's like, I'm learning about the sport. So we're not all a bunch of just dirtbags like this. So
I don't know. We all might. Jameson, you should come to a locker room and check it out. Come see some of the do's and don'ts first.
Yeah, we're gonna play in a tournament. A bunch of naked guys. Why don't you just come on and join us?
You want to travel to Nashville with us? It'll be a really good time. You can stay in Abdu's room with him. I heard there's a space. Oh man!
But when I get to the locker room, I'll take my pants out, put them to the chair or to the side next to me. Shin pads. I lay like a little towel down. Again, because people, I guess, piss all over the locker room apparently. So that's another.
Well, I know
reason
where
why
you.
I bring it down.
I know where you like to sit now, so I know where I'm peeing from now on.
Closest to
your territory. The door. Just gonna cover all the seats closest to the door.
So yeah, I kind of spread out my stuff that way. Pants, shin pads. That's all I'm spreading out really. Kind of I take my skates out too, but just the lower half stuff is I kind of set it out so I can dress that way. But I'm not like throwing my gloves like two seats down, and I'm not dressing like a goalie. Basically, goalies they have every right to spread their stuff out.
I don't know the goalies that. So I don't know how your goalie dresses. Our goalie and like even Kyler dressed like Kyler. I think he just pulled his
I'm
stuff
never
straight
in
out
the
of his
locker
bag
room
and
to
put it
see
on
Kyler dress because I'm
because
already
he
outside
waits
waiting to
till
get on the.
the
I'm already,
ice.
I'm already out there waiting to get on the ice.
Oh, good old Kyler. What about coaches in the locker room in beer league? Do you even have
Nope.
coaches in the locker room? Was that a quick nope?
You
Is that what
don't
you just
do
said?
you. Yeah, that's me tapping. I just like. Can I call timeout right now? I just choose. Guys,
Coach
this is where
speeches.
I'm a little
Coach
uncomfortable.
coach speeches. How do we feel
I
about coach speeches or speeches in general in the locker
so
room?
if here's the thing that I noticed down here. If we're down or like, hey guys, we're only down by 2. Let's just, use the boards. You kind of use some kind of motivation that way, or you tell them, hey, I'm open. Just watch me cut down the middle. You know, you can tell everybody that, but no one listens. No one listens. That's coach's speech. Hey guys, we're up by 4 goals. Let's pretend let's play like we're down by 4 so we don't get smoked. Let's not get too complacent. And next thing you know, it's like we're down a goal, not everyone absorbs the speeches or the chalkboard talk, if you will. I
Yeah.
just noticed that that's what I gather in my play down here. Now back home in Chicago, if someone's like, Abdu, you need to start doing this, you need to start doing that, or my
I'm not
favorite
really talking
speech.
about I'm not really talking about that sort of thing. I'm
Okay,
talking about like we were in Jacksonville, and so I was de facto team captain because I'm the one that helped put it together. And so basically before every game, I would say something small, but it was essentially like, hey, we're well aware of what we're up against here, guys. So let's just try to play hockey together. Let's do what we can do out here. Okay. Let's not be
you did say
selfish.
that the
Let's pass
third
the
game,
puck.
but my all my senses were all messed up from that poop.
Your hearing, your eyes, your nose,
Oh,
everything. So we did. I mean, I said something before each game. I was like, all right, look, we know what we're here to do. We're here to play hockey. Let's just go out and play hockey. Period. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Let's just do the best we can. And so I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. Like I'm not talking about like, hey, because we do that on the bench with each other all the time. Like, hey,
unless
you
you're
had me.
Andy, he's like, what the f? You suck, Abdu. All right, Andy, just dump it in. Dump it in. Well, I tried to, but then I gave it to Holland. He like reassigns blame to you, and you weren't even out there for the play. But I
I
get what you're
saw that
saying.
play. I saw that play from the bench, so that one wasn't on
I
me.
passed it to Holland. Well, he was on the bench, so maybe you should have dumped it in. Maybe you should have dumped it in.
Not a good pass, Andy. Not a good pass. No, I like, and we would talk. Like I fussed at guys on the bench too when we were in Jacksonville, and I talked with other guys too. I fussed at my brother and was like, "Look, give the puck up to the guy that's ahead of you, and then break to the open ice." That's general knowledge for anybody that's played hockey. Everybody knows how to do that, and so having those conversations are more like, I don't know, like not fundamental reminders, but like, hey, you can trust the guys you're skating with, even though you haven't maybe skated with them a ton. Like, it's okay. Just make that pass and move to the ice. Allow that guy to either do what he's supposed to do or mess up and then move forward. But don't take that opportunity away. Like don't play selfish, not selfish. Like they're playing like house league hockey.
Right.
If you're playing in a tournament. So that was all it was. Like, hey boys, we got to get out of the house league mentality. We got to get in the tournament level. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like,
You did have a good speech where like we were just getting frustrated. And you're like, hey guys, I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. You kind of gave a motivational speech. Just everybody calm down. We're all frustrated. I get it. Excuse me. So
geez, with the burping.
I don't know, man.
It's
Look,
7
but
loaves of bread.
I didn't eat 7 loaves. It wasn't even a half of one.
Two.
But anyways, this isn't about my eating right now. It's about locker room stuff. But yeah, I mean,
I don't think we need coach speeches
nope,
pre and post game, and I don't think
nope.
we need like whiteboard talk post. What made me think of that was the whiteboards in the locker rooms in Jacksonville. Now, obviously, those are there because those are kids and everything else, so a coach can be working with kids. That's fine. In the beer league, I've heard stories. I think the Chicklets boys have done something about seeing a team that went to the rink bar and they all pulled out their iPads and they were watching the live bar and back of the game they just played. And it's like, all right, come on. There was a team that plays in our A League that apparently before the playoffs all got together and started doing team stretches and team strategy stuff pre-game. And I'm like, guys, what are we doing here? Like, this is
So they're kicking the ball
this
and
is
kicking the
this
soccer
is
ball around.
I don't know what they
Doing
were doing, but they were doing
calisthenics.
something. I didn't see
That's
it. I
a
just heard about it. And the team
that's a
they were playing
extra.
against Andy's team, and a couple of the guys on Andy's team got a pretty good chuckle out of it because
Yeah, that's a bit
the
extra.
team ended up losing anyways after all that extra effort pre-game. So no,
It's
I
just
got
beer
A
league,
League.
guys. It's just beer league.
I mean, we have guys in our A League. Actually, one of them is one of my buddies that he's moved. But he was always one that was really good for if we were down or we weren't looking right. He did the same thing that I did with us down in Jacksonville. Just something quick that was like, hey boys, look, we understand what we're supposed to do. We just need to play a little bit better defense. You know, centerman, you got to come back and help. We just can't get caught being lazy. It's just a reminder that, hey, look, most of your centermen playing in A League understand that's their job. Sometimes we just get a little selfish or we get a little lazy or whatever. And so a quick reminder by one of your buddies that, like, it's no big deal. Like, that's fine. But like, pre-game speech that goes through all the details of game breakdown of like, this is what this team does, and this, like, come on guys, get out of here. Like, we're not doing all of that stuff. That's ridiculous. There's no need for that. This is for us to come out, have a good time, skate, have a beer or two after the game if you want to, whatever. Like, this is not like, we're not doing whiteboard talk, we're not watching videos, we're not having a coach
No.
talk us through game planning, pre-game, post-game. Like, get out of here.
The game. I've never seen that happen until I came down here either. Like, video recording your game, I get it. Like, if a girlfriend wants to record like a couple shifts of her boyfriend playing, that's fine. But a full game,
or if a wife wants to film a little bit of her husband skating, I don't have a problem with that.
Girlfriend, wife, no, I don't have a problem with that. Or if the wife wants to videotape someone talking trash about their husband in the stands, that's happened to me a couple of times. But like a full, no, just once.
Manetti's, this guy's like,
but
this guy's an animal.
I mean, I get it at this day and age for, we'll talk about this in another podcast, with like swinging the stick and injuries. You kind of have to have live barn and
the
stuff.
video stuff is helpful for that, for sure.
But the video stuff down here, it's just more for, hey, let's just watch beer league. Let's watch my saves. Let's watch my saves as I swing my arm over my head and almost pull my arm out of my socket.
Let's go sit at the house and watch this game on repeat that we won. This is a lot of fun.
I actually was into it until I watched my first game that was recorded. I'm like, man, am I slow as crap. Like, when I'm skating, when I'm skating in C League, I'm thinking I'm just going so fast, and I watch it and I'm like,
it's not,
they recorded it in slow motion in like one frame per minute.
It's not your movement that's causing your jersey to flap in the wind. It's the it's the guys passing you, causing your jersey to move.
Yeah. It's not even the jersey moving. His stick is caught in my jersey, and he's trying to pull it out, making it look like.
Man, I'm really flying now.
And I'm like, wow. I remember I scored this one goal, and then I watch it, and I'm like, how did anyone not stop that goal? It is just slow. Like, slow as crap. I'm slow. Everybody should have stopped me because I'm so slow, and I just stopped watching them. Stopped watching the videos, but I use them for the funny shenanigans, like the Corey celebration and stuff. So
some of those are good. Well, that's all we got. Let us know if we missed some do's and don'ts in the comments, guys. Appreciate you guys listening. Let us know if you agree with us. If you feel like we all should pee in the shower floor and tell Abby to just get over it.
No,
let us know. Throw it in the comments.
If you don't want to sell your,
jump in the comments and join me in peers in the showers.
If you don't want to sell yourself out, and you follow, just send us a DM. You don't even have to say, yeah, I pee in the shower, or say, sounds good. Actually, just friend request me, and I want to know exactly. I'd like to do a poll, but enough. You guys don't even like you guys. We got like people. We have like
you can't insult
500 people. We have 500 people watching our videos, but only like 2 likes. Why can't those 500 people just like it too?
Just hit the like button, you animals.
Just like it and share. Just like and share. Do me a solid, please. We do this entertainment for you guys, and We got one video that has like over 1,700 views and like one like. Thank you, Nathan Teachy. Like one like, but 700
Nathan
views.
Nathan
He's a
Tt is the dump and skate super fan.
Yeah, he is. We got to get you something more than just a sticker. Um,
Yeah.
maybe
We'll get you a
we'll let
box
how.
of stickers.
Yeah, we'll get you like some toilet paper that you can use to clean up the pee in the shower.
Some dump and skate branded TP.
Yes, yes. We'll make sure it's
Oh,
2-ply too. So
a dump and skate towel for you to wear in the
Teachy.
locker room, or just leave on the floor and walk around naked the entire time. Whatever
Towel
you want
whip.
to do,
You
Teachy.
could towel whip
Towel
Holland
whip
when you see him go in the shower and you see him taking a leak in the shower. Just
while
towel
I'm
whip him.
peeing. Oh gosh. Oh man, this is enough for one night. Holy crap. Guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate the heck out of you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Keep listening. We got more good stuff coming your way, guys. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.